overhead view and the helicopter, you can hear the blades go, blah, 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 blah. The ID boys, there they go, straight across. There's a big push coming up from under the bridge here. Now the STB1 is going down the flank. Everyone is pushing through and across, and iShod, you can see C4, they're spread out right across the back of the desert side. All the guys from ID are on the town side, but they're pushed up across the railway lines at the back. Gramixan is an absolute balls-out wonder. He loves it, he can't get enough of it, but Bappabuck takes out Sad I Am, and it's absolutely head-to-head here. There will be no prisoners taken. You can see there is a big push coming on under the bridge there. ID 7 Bong is up against an IS-7, he's backing it up. The 140s, this is just head-to-head, all in brawling. The C4 guys are under to one shot. Oh, and there's a big roll there. Aaron goes down, Gramixan goes down, Pingber goes down, Terminator goes down. This is like a race. It's all on now. It's 6 tanks on 3. The guys from ID are getting taken apart here by the C4 boys. ID 7 Bong brings one back. But Larcenist is out by Perfect Mind. The 140, they're doing very, very well, C4. That was a really interesting tactic from the ID kids. They came over the top of the railway lines, and it did not pay dividends. ID 7 Bong goes down, and it is just the one lone STB1. There he is, AMX 30B. He's a hometown hero, but unfortunately he's not going to take out 5 tanks at once. He does his level best, but we have a very, very quick turnaround in our first match. And Joski with the flying ram kill there. And 4 140s and an STB1 for ID. You won't see too many FV4202s, M48A1s or Leopard 1s in this iteration of the esports event. Everyone loves a good hull-down Russian medium or an STB1 who can do the business like that. Now again, ID pushing towards the middle. There's Larcenist. He's pushing towards the middle, looking to get spots as they come across that area at the top. And ID have now moved out into the desert, and the shoe is on the other foot at the moment. The guys from C4 are all in town. So this is a lot more like you've probably seen in your public matches. You get one side that goes all to the desert and one side that rolls all through the cityscape. Now, look at this. C4 pushing out and further deeper into the desert. There's Perfect Mind, Joski, iShod, Happy Ends. Oh, the guys from ID are under that bridge again. They're pushed up. Look at them. If there was a switch that said don't touch, will end world, the ID kids would not let the paint dry. They'd have pushed it already. They absolutely love getting aggressive and amongst it. They're moving as an iron fist. There's 5 of them. They're trying to isolate that IS-7 there. You can see Happy is in licorice, all sorts. He could go down here. Oh, he just scrapes across. He's still looking like a finalist for the first tank to fall, but he gets across under the bridge and pushes over, and they leave him alone. That could be crucial. Gramixan is in a terrible 2-on-1 and gets done, but the Terminator gets rid of iShot. So we still have 1 tank to the good for each team. This is much more like it. Larcenist is pushed down. He's a 1-shot now. Happy, he's about to go down. You'd think Larcenist would be loading the APCR. There goes the HE, the high explosive anti-tank, the heat. Love a little bit of heat right into the lower glaciers. Now we're talking. We have 6 on 5, but this is far from over. Look at his, here comes ID the Terminator. He's in the IS-4. He's angling. He's got to watch out. Perfect Mind is coming behind him. He'll get a side shot into him. Another one into the back. Oh, AMX 30B is down at the back. Great shot there. They're pushing up on the right. This is 3 guns. They're going guns on. They've isolated. 7 Bong and Aaron both get kills. It's now 5 on 2. This could be a fight back for the boys from the Asia server. C4 did their level best, but ID look like they've got this one in the bag, and there you go. We're back at 1 apiece. What a great bit of tanking there from C4. We're starting off in the respawn here on the southern area of the map. You can see we're looking over the top of the Terminator's view there, and lovely look at a desktop there in case you haven't seen one before. On we go, onwards and upwards. Can't get enough of the good stuff. Now ID is pushing very, very hard for that corner. Oh, no, they've stopped. Now this is a very, very different move. C4 have 2 tanks running down towards the cap circle. No, that is in fact, I apologise, that is ID. ID have got 2 tanks in the cap circle. All of C4 are up above the cap circle. Now we saw what happened when Legion went down into that valley. Things got very, very ugly very quickly. 7bong is not in an ideal position there. He knocks one out, gets one in, but he is side on. Now the pike nose doesn't work very well on the IS-7 side on, but look at this. Big move, big change of plan from the C4 guys. They are completely going round. This is why people drive medium tanks. They love the flexibility. And who doesn't love a little bit of flexibility? I know I do. They're pushing down now towards the cap circle. Now the best place to reset the cap from these guys is probably going to be on the right-hand side. You can see Joski sitting there in the STB-1. He has a strong hull-down tank. He's just trying to spot targets there, maybe give them a chance at stopping this cap quickly. The cap is moving up. They've got enough tanks in that cap circle to keep it rolling. It's going towards 70 now. They have got command of the game. The 140 at the very back, you can see Larsenus. Now he is going to try and be a thief in the night. He's going to try and steal this one with a cap win. As they pour down, this is a near carbon copy. Larsenus takes out, they've reset the cap, but they've had to do it by moving down into the arena, and it's going off now. Severe tanking termination with absolute definite angst and anger. They are getting right amongst it. Look at this. 7 on 4. Eye shot gates out Larsenus, but Gramixan takes the first kill. There we go. The Terminator gets eye shot. It looks very, very close here. We've got 5 on 3. Oh, Aaron with a big hit on Joski. 5 on 2. Surely the ID kids are going to get this one done. There's the Leopard 1. He's chasing. It's like Ringa Ringa Rosie, but with very, very evil intent. And ID Aaron going to make the difference. Can't wait to see. We're behind the Terminator here in the IS-4. And where are they pushing? Well, you can see they're going straight down the middle. It worked last time. Are they going to try it again? And this is a lot like what we saw from Legion. The Leopard 1 pushing up, doing the spotting. There is a bit of bush there behind Perfect Mind, but he gets spotted and drilled. Absolutely drilled. He's lost a fair bit of hit points there, but his gun is still intact. This is a much more conservative approach. The guys from ID have only managed to get 1 tank into that cap circle, and the IS-4 is behind him. Here we go, C4, the Grill 15 at the back is looking for targets. He shouldn't be spotted. He should be able to get his pick of the litter there. The Terminator, he's not happy being at the back. His foot is stuck to the accelerator and he is driving forward. I'm not sure what they're up to here. This is completely different. Completely different. They are pushing on the 2 IS-7, the IS-7 and the 62A on the left-hand side of your screen there. Eye shots looking to come down the middle. Look at this. This is really aggressive from both teams. They're hidden in plain sight. No one able to get a particular strong shot at anyone. They're jockeying for position, working around each other like a couple of prize fighters, throwing jabs and little left hooks, just saying, what do you got, buddy? What are you going to bring to the table? They're getting very flexy here. The C4 kids, look at a big move coming on. The cap again for ID. They are using the cap like an 8th tank. It's really a big ally for them. And they've got 2 tanks down there, 1 to defend the cap and 1 to actually defend the capper. Object 140 on the left is Gramixan. You can see there's a push. This has to be reset. Joski is going to go reset. Will it cost him a whole heap of hit point? It sure does. It costs him an arm and a leg. Oh, Joski's down. 10 sad I am. Takes him out. But he wasn't the only one shooting. The IS-7 is pushing up in there as well. They've reset the cap though, and they get another chance to think about it. It's 7 tanks on 6. The heat is flying hot, heavy and hard here as they look across the cap circle. Now the ID guys are all downstairs here, underground level. We don't know if they're going to take advantage of that, but that is not a great place to be. If they can get tanks on either side, the guys from C4 could do the business, and that's exactly what you can see happening here. Eye shots putting shots uninterrupted into 10 Sadim, but they do lose another tank, and ID have let to drop a gun. You'd have to think that ID Aaron is going to go down very, very soon. Here we go, big move down. Big move down, and there he goes. Oh, that swung it right back around, but they've lost 2 tanks to do it and another. This is very unexpected, but the ID guys have done a fantastic job of working that cap over. They are a good chance here of going 3-1 up. iShot still at the back. iShot doing his level best against Gramixan. Gramixan pushing up hard. Again, we're looking at the top of the C4 Grill 15. And we're off and racing, ladies and gentlemen. And the IS-7s are going to move left. Everyone, again, straight towards the cap circle. But the 2 140s are taking the inside track and look like they may actually bridge up behind the cap circle there. It will be very interesting to see how aggressive they are. And there is a 140 spotting the middle from the turreted section in the bottom south. Well, it's more just plain south. He's looking over the courtyard. Look at the rock on the corner. Oh, there are a lot of humans gathering around on that far right flank. And this is more like it. Ding dong, they are at it again. The IS-7s going either side of the cap circle. This is exactly what we saw from both Pramo and Legion in the very first battle of the game. And Legion, true to form, have gone back to their standard tactics. Thomas, like in the first instance, has gone underneath the cap circle in the Object 140. Now this is interesting. Look at that. The Grill 15 couldn't be further back if he uninstalled the game. He is all the way back at the top of the respawn. What they're anticipating is a big medium push down that right flank from Legion, which is, well, you may say, a good idea. But if Legion don't take the bait and come around, he's not going to have shots on anyone at all. We can see CB sitting there in the corner. He's behind the bush, unspotted. Object 140s, one of the reasons they drive them is they've got absolutely tremendous camo ratings. And he gets a great shot into the flattened pike armor there of the IS-7 that Unreal Engine is driving. Unreal Engine would drive nothing else but an IS-7. He'll be doing the adverts for them, I reckon, over the Super Bowl month. Look at this, 2 IS-7s pushing up around the cap. Not much movement. Everyone's seated right where they started. The Object 140 that is spotting the center courtyard is still there, and he has a T-62A in the bushes behind him. Now you can see at the bottom right of the screen there, the T-62A that's just flashed out is firing heat right across into that cap circle. And there we go. Right from the back, they're starting to lose hit points and they're not giving any guns back. That's the problem here. They have got all the focus of C4 on those Legion IS-7s. No one else is really spotted, and they can't convincingly cap there. They'll just get done with HE or heat. You can see the 62A has a good shot at him. Arlen, who is actually Pixel, he is VC Pixel, is calling ping issue there, but we're going to play on, boys and girls. There is no stopping the wagons now. The IS-7s, it's all just been feeling out, a lot of jabbing, a lot of counter punching, but who will make the big push? Who will take the aggressive move? There it goes. You can see down the one channel, Perfect Mind is coming. We've got a couple of big mediums running around the bottom. No one's there. Are they watching? Have they counted it? Have they been spotted? There's 2 140s. Here come the rest of the Legion boys. Now they've got 5 on 7. If they make a big iron fist and go forward now, they'll have them isolated, but they haven't done it yet. And they're about to get flanked. Have a look on the far right, top of the screen. Here come the shots from the 140s. The heat will be coming hot, heavy and hard. They can't get enough of it. The Grill 15 is starting to move up as well. You can see him there on the mini-map. He's making his way towards the cap circle. The IS-7s have copped an absolute flogging. Unreal Engine is taking it from all sides, and he's the first to go down. Foggy gets his #1 kill on our initial map of this big head-to-head. They're hammer and tong. Legion are in a bit of pocket. They've got their own medium move coming on now to counter. Thomas takes out Foggy, so we're 6 tanks each. Look at this. The medium move is counted, but they're lower on hit points, but they've got just as many guns. C4 starting to try a cap. They're trying to push the cap, and both sides are in the cap, and both sides are pulled out. Legion are coming the Iron Fist down the right flank. They've isolated. Happy Ends is on his own. He's going to go down. Demo looks like he's going to go down as well. And they both swap tanks again. We're down to 5 each. Legion look to have the better disposition of forces. The T-62A needs to turn around and get him. The Grill, big shot, Eddie, bang, bang, goes down. Oh, look at this. Pixel's down as well. Perfect Mind does the business. They needed to get this done. Thomas goes down. 2 on 5. You'd have to say that it's all over for the Legion tilt on this particular game. Absolutely outrageous. How does that bloke drive anything but an IS7? Here we go. Look at that. Double 1.5Bs. This is a big change-up. And they're all moving towards the cap circle as you'd expect. The 1.5B gun is absolutely incredible. It's like firing, it's like a leopard for a heavy tank. And I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys top the damage tables at the end of the day. You can see there, they're just moving up below the cap circle. Thomas Legion, that is his much preferred spot. It's exactly where he went in the first 3 iterations of this map, and he's not changing plan now. But what we do see changing here is C4 have all moved around through the heavy line, and Legion is pumping the rock on the far north flank. So it's almost like a clock face, and they're going around each other with the heavies hanging out in the middle there, just below the cap circle for Legion, and C4 is pushing very, very hard. They're going to get spotted any moment now, and just about the entire Legion team is going to get flanked here if they're not careful. They've got 3 in the cap circle. 4 in the cap circle. This is absolutely complete. This is what we're talking about. Completely different to the first 4 games we've seen on Fort Despair. Here it goes. Big medium rush. Legion are pushing down. Eddie Bang Bang is the first through the gate, and they're going to try and take these guys out. The 215Bs are an awful lot of DPM to have in a heavy tank, and those guns have heaps of pen. They're getting in. Oh, Pingver's down for C4, but they've got them in a fierce crossfire. Gangdaff needs to get back. He's getting blocked by Eddie Bang Bang. He's hull down. Thomas Legion, the fearless leader, is down. And Gangdaff's gone as well. Eddie Bang Bang is in. Licorice, all sorts. Foggy goes down on the other side. This is like 2 battles happening at once. Unreal Engine in the Object 140. He's dropped. Eddie Bang Bang's down. It's a 5-3. They're about to go 2 up. This is going to be very close. They need the next kill. Legion need to get the next kill. They don't. Josky takes out Blast. Oh, the IS7 was dominant till the end. Pixel still left. But it's a very, very near-run thing. Pixel takes out Perfect Mind. They could fight back here. They need to get the next kill, and they don't. And Demo is all ends up. He's pointing the gun up in the air. I don't know if he's lost connection or what, but he is saluting. The northern spawn on Canal. Now, the big call here has been to push around the cap circle and both sides. This is what I thought we'd get. Both sides want that dominance, that ascendancy that comes from controlling this area of the map. Now, Blast 44 can't see, but the entire C4 team is hidden in the back there. Eddie Bang Bang, big push out onto the flank. That's a key strong point. They're pushed right down, but there's a lot of guns looking their way now. They're spotted. Ooh, big hits there. Look at the heat come in. It's like the opening scene from Star Wars before Darth Vader comes on a Princess Leia's ship. So many laser beams. Can't get enough of the gold ammo. They're into the cap circle area there, the SCB-1, and an early casualty for Froggy. Demo takes him out, and CB goes down. Pixel gets him. This is a must win, and there are already 2 tanks in the ascendancy. Absolutely key stuff here. Unreal Engine in the IS7, eye shot nuts him. It's big time now, only 1 tank the difference. Oh, look at this. Happy Ends pushes through the cap. He's trying to come up behind the IS7 on the bridge, but he's going to expose himself. Big push coming down the right flank from Legion. Demo, Eddie Bang Bang. Blast 44's in the cap. He's trying to cover up. He's in a terrible spot if they push down. He's all on his lonesome. The Grill 15 has been caught out. Pingver's down. Demo gets him. They've got another 2 tank. 6v4. How is Blast 44 still alive? And he takes out Perfect Mind. What a game. Legion needed to get this one up, and it looks like they're on the fly. Happy Ends is pushed down. He tried to come up behind the IS7 of Unreal Engine, but no go. Pixel, otherwise known as Arlen, the artist formerly known as Prince, is down the bottom, and Gangdaff gets Happy Ends. Oh, this is all over bar the shouting now, and I can shout plenty. Look at this. Big strike back for the boys from Legion. The Verdun camo of C4. And that's all, folks. They've gone 2-1 down now. So they had to win that. They fought back. They were really aggressive. They played their natural game. And we've got a live one. 2-1 down. If they win the next one on Canal, 2-all. And we will go for the first time on. Good strat on this map last time. They pushed up with the 2 IS-7s to the midpoint there above the cap circle. And I would be very surprised if Unreal Engine and Blast 44 don't do exactly that. Look at them. They're running speed boosters, they're consumables, they're pushing up. What they want to do is catch the guys from C4 as they move across the landscape. They're ready for their shots. There they go. Hopefully get an engine, something on the side. Now they've cut them in half. 3 guys from C4. No, the C4 boys are going to push it. They're going to try and get the whole load out. And Unreal Engine, this is big. Unreal Engine has pushed up. Has he isolated himself? There's 2 IS-7s there. All the rest, oh, look at this. Unreal Engine is pushing up with Blast 44. Big move here. They're flat-sided, they're sideways. 2 Object 140s at the back. This is key. There's 2 battles going on here. We have 5 from Legion over on the far left flank. We've got 2 IS-7s here. Who can turn the tables? A lot of hit points here. They've got to divide them easily. Eddie Bang Bang's down. 140 down. Eddie Bang Bang got hit from both sides. They're losing hit points here, hemorrhaging hit points at a phenomenal rate, but Pingver and the Object 140 down. The heavies are doing the business at the black, and the other 140 from C4 has moved over to try and put crossfire into the guys from Legion. Look at this. Again, it's 5-on-5. Flanking move. Ice shots at the back. He's pushing round. They go down. They're blow for blow. Here come the IS-7s. Will they turn the table? It is 3-on-4. C4 have 1 tank in the ascendancy, but there is a lot of tough tank in that IS-7 there. They both missed with their heat, and a big bounce on Ice shot. That was a kill shot, and it went anywhere but in. If Legion are going to do this, they need to get the next kill. Oh, Unreal Engine's out. It looks to be all over here. Oh no, big gun. Gangdaff will not lay down. 3-on-2. That IS-7 Blast 44. There's a 1-shot from Ice shot is a 1-shot. If Gangdaff can push around there, take 1. No, he's a 1-shot as well. He's down. That was the game. What an absolutely brutal bounce. Ice shot was a 1-shot. It would have brought it back to a 3-on-3 tank, and the bounce went straight up in the air. That was absolutely brutal. Blast 44 with another kill. He's staying strong. He's pushed up. Behind him, Ice shot's a 1-shot. He hasn't got there. Can he get there? He's gone! Oh, what a game! The ID boys, no one seems to be running down that rail line. Everyone is looking to be a fair and equitable meet in the middle, belt each other up partnership. Straight away, you can see the guys from Premo, as they did versus ID, are pulling back and rolling right around that back spawn area, around the 2. They're using the 215B of the Master Tanker. They're going to try and utilize that gun. It does have superb gun handling. In fact, it's probably got the best gun handling in the game here. And the Object 140 there, you can see Salient pushing forward. No one wants to make the mistake of getting isolated. And the Master Tanker got 1 from the, you can see right up the back, Ping managed to get him 1 straight across the railway tracks in the Object 140. I'm not sure if he's spotted yet, because he doesn't have the gun depression, but he's sitting back on the tracks and he's got just enough camo to not take any shots, and he hasn't taken any shots at all, and he's still managed to put 2 in there. You can see 2 shots to the good. We've all stalled out. This has been by far the most conservative approach on this map. We've got a very, very widespread C4. They've got a front line consisting of 1 IS-7 and then the 140 and the 62A on the left. Premo is taking a very, very pedestrian approach. They are not pushing up into it all. Super widespread here. Lots of converging fields of fire from the STB1. Eye shot at the back. and he can really utilise that turret and that gun depression to get a little bit of love going on, if you know what I mean. Eye shot, there he is, trying to get something happening on the edge of that dune. A lot of very, very conservative tanking here. Ping is right up the back. Pingva is right up the back on the top of the railway track as people get spotted. Oh, and your hat, well done there, Fui, moving back there. I would have suggested he'd be copying one from the 140 ASAP. Someone's getting hammered there on the left just before the ramp of the railway track. There you can see it's eye shot. The STV1 is not faring very well here. Neither, for that matter, is our good mate here from Premo, Indy Penguin. He's taking a bit of a hiding there on the left. The Master Tanker is still just holding up there in the 215B. He's not really had an opportunity to utilise that gun. He's got a stronger... Oh, here comes a big move. Ping V. Ping V's moving down through the traditional heavy route. Desert Sands, this is where the big boys like to play. Lots of thump, lots of bump, but there's no one there, and he fires one off just to let the world know he's alive. There is Salient and 3 140s all sitting on the edge. Ping V is moving up into a position. They're going to give him this shot. They're going to have two guys on the rail tracks, behind and in front. If Ping V's not spotted here, he's going to get free shots. Pick your target. It's going to be the Master Tanker, I think. Yep, he's going to cop one right between the eyeballs, and they're turning now, but he's got one in... Oh, lots of bounces, lots of dust getting thrown up, and the Natellinator has called the target straight away. But what we've got now is a very tough situation. The STB1 of Eyeshot is on the tracks at the back. They have rotated around, and now the boys from Premo are stuck between two very effective DPM tanks and a whole bunch of angry Russians on the other side. This is probably not the ideal setup. They've got good cover from both sides for some of their tanks, but you can see Indy Penguin is in real strife down there near the railway lines. He's probably going to be the first to go. A lot of focus over here on Ping V. He could sneak out and take one. There's a bounce, not a bounce, sorry. A shot that hit the dirt. He's going to have to go right over to get the gun down, though. Doesn't have the gun depression to get anything going on here. My goodness, this is probably the longest map we've had so far on Desert Sands. It is going to go down right to the wire. Lots of people moving around on this left-hand side of the map for C4, but no one really committing to anything. Premo is still... They've not lost a heap of hit points. They've got some tanks that are in trouble. Indy Peng is not in an ideal position. If this IS-7 here on the right, Happy, can push up, he could be in all sorts of strife, but he's dropped adrenaline. He's got one shot in and he wants to get another one, or maybe he's just going for a little bit of extra pen. Here we go. What's he up to? You hear the boom, but you don't see... Oh, Ping V copped one for his troubles. They're moving up again. You can see both the mediums are now pushing around. They are encircling Premo. Premo is playing it cool as a cucumber. Absolutely nothing given away here, but they're going to have tanks on both sides, and the Master Tanker is now in real strife. Down to 127 hit points. This IS-7 Happy is... There he goes. The Master Tanker's down. They're a tank down. One gun down, and Fui is in an absolutely terrible position there with the IS-7. If they don't push up soon, Premo are just going to get whittled away, and they've realised this, and they're going to make their move. They're going to make their move around that flank. How are they holding the line here? Ping V takes Salient down as well. It's cost him a lot. He's a one-shot, but he's still a live gun. Eyeshot is pushing up around the back. It is two tanks to the good for C4. IS-7 right in the middle of the field. He's looking. Here comes Joski. He's going to get the kill shot. Indy Penguin, that has been coming since Christmas. That was a long time coming. He's been loitering around there, very low on hit points. Fui goes down. Happy ends. This looks to be one and done here today. Oh, Eyeshot takes out Minecraft Expert. Really good job there from Ping V, getting in the way of the kill shot from Minecraft Expert. And just an absolute roll down the edge of the railway tracks and finished off Indy Peng with 2,800. But Ping V made a very strong move. Eyeshot soaked up a lot of damage. He stayed alive right to dousing the 15B, and we're racing. And yet again, it looks like both teams are going to head out to the Big Smoke and the desert. No, I take it all back. I take it all back. C4 is in fact moving to the railway line. This is fraught with danger. If they get early spotted, they're counting on Premo not being too aggressive here. If they get spotted too early, they could be in all kinds of trouble and get side shots in them from right up the back of the railway line. But it looks like they more or less got away with it. They're going to be spotted now. The Telinator's going to come up the top of this ridge. He's going to be within 250, and they're more than likely going to be running binocs or optics. So, yeah, there they go. They've had to come down. They've all been spotted. The light bulbs have gone off, and they are rolling down. The fly in the ointment here is you can see underneath the bridge. iShod is, oh no, he's joined the ranks of his compatriots. So now we have an absolutely classical front here. We have 6 from C4 all across the front with an Object 140 right at the back. That's Joski. And then we have Pramo all spread across predominantly around the high ground of this airplane. The wreck of the carcass, I don't know if it's a Heinkel or whatever it is, but it's doing grand business work for Premo at the moment because they're hiding behind it and they're trying to leverage it into solid shots down here into Joski. Oh, this is going to be another long, drawn-out, slug-em-out affair. The boys are really pushing hard here, trying to just nibble away at the edges, and there's a massive move coming down the right-hand side from iShod. He's pulled back, though. Not sure exactly what he's up to. He might be moving back up to the top of the railway line and looking to get shots across into the Premo guys as they camp the top of that airplane. Here we go. iShod's about to pop. He'll be going as far to the back as he can. No, he's coming straight across. Well, they've definitely planned something here because he's had to drive half the map to get back there and support Joski. They could be afraid that Premo is going to push down here. Mike he's the tip of the spear. There's an Object 140 there. He must be sorely tempted. He would be permanently spotted there. You can see the T-62A within proximity. Fui is looking down. He's just bounced one. Big bump on the front of the Object 140's turret. There was a 2-on-1, but the 62A is drawn back around. CB has gone up in support of the IS-7. Mike is really keen to get stuck in. They need to be a little bit aggressive here, but I like the position they're in now compared to where they were before. Got to watch out, though. They are getting flanked again. Again, they're in the pocket. They're in the pocket. You can see just there at the back of the train line, on the edge of the middle of the map, there is a C4 medium pushing down hard. We're going back to the overview here, and you can see this little battle within a battle. It's been going on for quite some time. They've shown tremendous patience. No one is going to give them an easy break. The Object 140 is dead keen to get involved, but Mike's just about hull down there in the IS-7. He's got a very good angle on his armour. The IS-4, the master tanker, has pushed up, and he's trying to keep that 140, I think it is, from... No, it's a 62A. No, it's a 140. The 140 from C4 from getting those flank shots, and it's been pretty much an even trade-off there, but Mike's been left on his lonesome. They've isolated him. This is a tiny little wrinkle in the battle. Mike has been left on his own, and they've now managed to get 2 guns on him, and they look like they're going to have a crack at it. Mike's down to 1,000 hit points, but here he comes. The Telinator is moved back. Oh, this is fine tanking. What fantastic chemistry. Here comes Happy in the IS-7. It's all starting to focus around this little section here at the bottom of the wreck of the plane. It's going off like a frog at a sock. They have heaps of hit points, the C4 boys. Oh, engine fire, but he saves it. Whoa, Ping V, very lucky. Indy Penguin 500 takes him out after all anyway. There goes Independent. It's 10-10, head-to-head. iShod down. They've got a 1-tank advantage. The master tanker goes down, the Telinator goes down. It's 4-on-4, CP is down. After 5 minutes, oh, it's all happening. Absolutely electric here. That little area, the IS-7, he has to go down. Surely, CB, happy ends. He's done. Joski takes out Minecraft, 2-on-2. Plenty of hit points left. They need to get another shot in ASAP, and they do. This is going to go down the wires. A 4 hit point. They have to get him. They have to get him really quick. Oh, no. Fui's in trouble. Fui gets him. He's down. He's on a reload. He gets the kill. Who has the adrenaline? Dropping adrenaline now would be a big king. Salient needs a bounce. He's behind in the DPM race. He gets one back in. If he can get around this corner, he can get even on DPM terms. He has to bounce or low roll. Yes, he lows rolls. He gets, tracks him, but he repairs. Oh, what a... Here we go, the Master Tanker, and there is Pingba in the grill, in the Verdun camo, and I love it. Look at Premo, they are in the Inferno colours, fresh from the lava flow and red hot and ready to go. Now, it's very interesting to see here, a lot of the team play from ID was to push out hard to that north flank, but these guys seem to be going straight through the middle. It is like a head-to-head boxing match. This is the first time that we've actually seen someone in the spotting position here get a really good look at it, and wow, wow. This is where Premo went the first time last map on Fort Despair versus ID. And it's exactly where they've gone this time as well. The guys from C4 are holding back quite conservatively. Now, this may well be a trademark of their gameplay. They like to have wide fields of fire, try and get spots from one thing. Oh, very low roll there. Unlucky, unless it was HE. I couldn't tell at that range. But 451 from a grill seems a tad under the level. 214 straight there, that's obviously HE. The IS-7 is a great tank for this form of warfare. They love getting stuck in right around the top of the cap circle. Happy is having an absolute field day at the top there. He's got the grill behind him, so anytime these guys pop out, they are liable for a dose of 150mm love and affection, which is not something anyone wants to get a hold of. C4 just moving back now. They've put one right out on the flank. Look at that at the top northwest corner of the map. There he is, right up the end. Oh, and he's done a brilliant job. Minecraft Expert has copped an absolute smashing from there. He's going to have to move around. He's had to pull back. Both the big heavy tanks are in strife for Premo. Now, the reason Minecraft is behind the tent is because the tents on this map are just about invulnerable. If you hit them with heat, it does bugger all. Hence, if they want to pen him, they're going to have to use APCR, which is hard. Foggy takes out Mike 8. Big move. Oh, the Master Tanker's down. They are in real strife here. It is 4 on... No, make it 3 on 7. Absolutely brutal. This has been an effective strategy. Perfect mine. I love this setup. Those wide-ranging fields of fire, the use of the grill right at the back, and they are now simply taking too many guns into the game to let Premo back into it. Bit of a disappointment there for the guys from Premo. They were right up around the cap circle, and the C4 team used an exceptionally wide-ranging field of fire to do the business. There you go. They get one back for Minecraft Expert, but he's got no hit points left, and they're all converging right now. Nothing can be done. Indy Penguin goes down. Very rough gig. Just one to go. Minecraft Expert, he's out here on his lonesome. He's got 104 hit points and he's only got 6 tanks to kill. Don't worry, there's plenty of targets. Here they come. And it is all over bar the crossing of the T. Sands. Can't get enough of the desert Lawrence of Arabia. C4, we're going to be looking from the happy end is here going. Now, this will be great. Watch out for the pronunciations. I'm going to do my very, very best. Josky turning out to the far western flank. You can see Perfect Mind is there with him. They're running the mediums out here. And there is a medium pushing down from Legion. Now, the reason he's doing that is more than likely to spot the guys that are loitering at the back on the rail and not allowing them to snipe down freely. And that's exactly what's happened. He's pushed them off, and they now have to fight for that. Now, there's a bit of a one-on-one there. The boys from C4 have not done that, however, and that's let Legion do whatever they want at the back of the map. You can see there's 3 mediums just moving around on the rail line. The big problem here is they're giving up a lot of ground. And what could happen is that the 62A, you can see there on the right flank, who is Sharovsky, and I finally got that right, is about to be in a position where he could move around and possibly spot them up. Not happened yet, and so far, semi-final number 2 is looking a lot more conservative than the ID Premo tilt. Demo is right at the back here, doing his level best. Happy End, moving up in the IS-7. They're all just tipping over the edge, trying to spot tanks, go back, reset camo, looking for an advantage. You can see the Object 140 at the back there, ganged off. He hasn't moved forward too much. He's in a very good position if he gets shots, but look just under the cap circle. In town, you can see there that they're starting to think about getting something going, and here comes C4, here comes the move. C4 are pushing down that channel below the abandoned plane, the old wreck, and they're bucketing right down. They're pushing Legion back into the corner. I don't like this a whole lot for Legion. There's a medium in town that is absolutely ineffective right now. If he can get back to that rail line, he could very well prove the difference. Here they go, they're stacking up on the corner. 3 Russian mediums stacking up in the corner, looking to isolate. Oh, Eddie Bang Bang's in a very strong spot at the back there. He derps that shot, unfortunately, into the ground. They're pushing. They have 5 tanks here. Oh, it's all coming up trumps. Oh, Shirovsky goes down. Gangdarf nuts it. Object 140, Demo's down as well. They're calling Fogic. Fogic is a target. And Fogic goes down. Eddie Bang Bang does the business. Who's up next? Oh, Pixel's down. Zhosky takes him. Perfect Mind is the next call, and that is the go. Eddie Bang Bang assists perfectly. There's 4 seconds. Oh, Ishod gets Gangduff, and Ishod is the next call. Let's see how well they focus fire this one. Will he go down? Will he what? Ishod's down, but Eddie Bang Bang's done. Happy End gets him 3 on 3. This is brutal. Absolute. Oh, look at the ram there. And Legion, Thomas gets Zhosky. 2 on 3 guns, but they've got a lot of hit points. They're trying to focus fire here. Blast calls for help. Blast 44, and he gets Pingva. Pingva down. It's 3 on 1. This has to be the day for Legion. The Eye in the Sky helicopter rolling around. Surely he's trying to get Blast 44. He's on fire extinguishers, but he just played. They have a whole lot of Object 140s. 5, in fact, with 1 STB-1 to make up the gun depression medium that everyone loves to have in the stable. Let's see how they set out here. They're moving towards the left. Oh, everyone looks to be going desert again. We've got 1 spotter pushing down from Legion, just like last game, and there is still a heavy coming across the railway in town. What they're hoping for, Legion, is to get that guy spotted. I'd suggest that'll be the STB-1, and then they can get shots in as the IS-7 crosses that railway line. Doesn't quite come out in the wash exactly as they would have liked, but you can see Ishod's already taken a little bit of damage there. He got double tapped, 600 worth. Probably 2 140s just doing the business. It wouldn't be a surprise considering there's 140s absolutely everywhere on the Legion side of the coin. Now look at this. You can see Blast 44 has pushed up right past the cap circle. He hasn't gone in it. He doesn't want to let them know where he is. He's probably unspotted even as we speak, and he now has a very, very important decision to make. Does he push all the way down and get isolated, or does he wait for a chance, bide his time, and then come down and hit these guys in the flank as they make their move? The Legion boys are up in the pocket. There's Blast. No, he's pulling back. Discretion being the better part of Valor. He is pulling right back up to the top. Him and Eddie Bang Bang are in dual 140s, and they are on the other side of the railway line. Getting back across could prove problematic. No, absolutely fine. Bushka, you don't have a clue. Eddie Bang Bang is still at the back. He would be unspotted, I would suggest, and he's going to get across as well. And we now have everyone on the field of play apart from a couple of boys at the back who are tinkering with the idea of staying on the rail lines for C4. This is much like what they did in the final preliminary round. Very well spread out, a lot of options, a lot of flexibility. You can see the difference between the 2 teams. Legion is all clustered together in that pocket with the IS-7 of Unreal Engine, who's been driving that thing like a demon all day, holding the far flank. And 2 140s, Eddie Bang Bang is at the back right there. You can see the boys from C4 are spread out. Now, this worked very well for them. They sent someone down the railway tracks originally. That's exactly what they're going to do again. Here he goes. I think it was Pingva last time, but they're sending Ishod down there, and Pingva's still at the top. If the guys from Legion have been doing their homework, they would know that this is exactly what happened versus Premo. There was no second chances. Once these guys got around, they got side shots in. Legion are in a very tight spot. They may not realise it right now, but if Pingva gets around and starts putting shots in the back, Oh, look at that. They've covered it. They've absolutely covered it. They've got someone going back over the other side of the rail lines. In fact, they've got 3 tanks pushing up towards the back there. They may not know it's coming, but they certainly suspect it. And they're moving back. They may have spotted him, and that's changed the game completely. Great move there by the boys from Legion. The IS-7 is just holding in, happy end there. No one's really making any mistakes yet. They've covered and counter-covered everything that's been thrown at them. We've got no one down yet. If this was a game in the previous semi-final, we'd probably have played 2 by now. These guys are playing like this is a really important match, and it absolutely 100% is. This is it. Legion have seen that there's a tank isolated at the back, and they're using the opportunity to push forward and try and press their suit. They're looking for a tank to isolate, but they've kind of gone in 2 minds, and Demo looks like he's wrecked. He is. Foggett gets him. Oh, this looked very, very promising. Hang on, 1 set. Foggett now goes down. Pixel nuts him. We're moving around. They're rolling right to the back. Now, they've chosen the tank in the far southwest corner. Was that a good move or not? Because Shirovsky just nutted the Unreal Engine, and they've gone multiple guns here on the STB-1 of Zhosky. Oh, it's a 5-on-6 tank. All the C4 boys are now back in the fight. Blast 44 is on the reload. Zhosky gets him. They get Zhosky. Oh, Pixel's gone. This is very low. Ishod's gone. Thomas is gone. 4-on-3. Legion need to take this next tank down, or they are very much in big strife. Pingva doesn't let him. Blast is down. 4-on-2. Oh, this very much looks to be swinging away the boys from C4 Russia. They're going over the top now. They can afford to blow some hit points to get rid of Gangduff, and that's exactly what they're doing. There's no way out of this one now. Pingva finishes Gangduff off. Very brave move from Legion. It was quite obviously the right play, but unfortunately, even though Eddie Bang Bang now gets into the IS-7 there at the finish, unfortunately they... I'll be very surprised if we don't see those boys up there somewhere. They're going to be ridden by Gangduff. He's in the first E100. There's Happy End in the IS-7. And despite... Well, I wonder if they're adjusting on the fly here. C4 are spreading out all over the bottom end of the map. They're not interested at all whatsoever in that top end. And it's all well and good having an E100, but if no one turns up to have a look at you, it's not going to make an ounce of difference. Ishod is there at the back. You can see he's down on the right flank, actually, in the southern end of the map, in the glassy, icy swamp area. And then they're all clustered around that second channel there, just below the cap circle. Absolutely a crazy Thomas from Legion in the 140, right in the middle, next to the cap. The 2 E100s, in fact, are taking up the traditional sniper position above the cap circle on the far eastern flank. Well, this is an absolute turn up for the books. Look at the hit points. There's 2,300 hit points in an E100, 20,050 on an IS-7. That's an extra shot versus some of these mediums. So that's absolutely vital. Very, very important stuff. Perfect Mind is waiting at the top. Now, you've got to bear in mind, not all these tanks are spotted by the enemy. Oh, wow. Ishod, who was down on the low flank, has been lucky to escape with his skin intact. He's got sub an average roll for every tank on the battlefield. In fact, you'd be very, very surprised if he could take a shell from any of them and walk away. So he is going to be right up the back for the moment. He's backing up the 140 at the top. You can see Pingva there from C4. The E100s are still rolling around at the back here. I gotta tell you, I can't believe this is a crazy strat from Legion. It seems to be working. There's a big, big bunch of alpha. We haven't seen this much alpha on the battlefield yet. We've seen the occasional 150mm gun, but this is 2 640 damage alpha tanks with a whole lot of hit points. It's a surprising strat, but this is the kind of map where there is a lot of broken cover and they won't actually be that exposed like you would on Desert Sands or one of those maps. It's not a Fort Despair tank, but it certainly seems to be working so far for the boys from Legion. Now, they're all holding on either side. It's like mirror images. You can see Pingva, he's pushing the top. Perfect Mind also hanging around the top in the corresponding TD spot to the E100s. It's like a line drawn across the map. They are just above each other's spawn. 3 gathered in the channel, just below the cap circle, which is ominous from C4. Someone could get isolated down in the south. Now we saw Ishod get absolutely wrecked pushing down the south end of the map. And at the moment, there is a 140 in the south end of the map. There you go. It's Demo. Oh, he's in an STB1. He's using the gun depression and the brush cover there to spot. He'd have the binoculars out. He would be lighting them up completely every time they poke their nose around that corner. So really good, solid tactical play. You won't see Demo moving around too much here at the moment. He's covering that like a pro. He would have spotted this move down here. I'll be very interested to see if Legion don't try and cover this and isolate. There is a tank there that could get done. Look at this. C4 aren't going to give him a chance. They are being very bolshy here. Pushing across the top of the map. They're just feeling it out. I think they've realised that there is no one on the top end, despite the fact that they've got 2 E100s, and they're lining the heat up there trying to get shots. Yeah, exactly. Shirovsky has been spotted there. That would have given up the spot from Demo. They would have seen him as soon as he fired, but he got good, effective fire into Shirovsky, and Shirovsky is backed right off. Look at that. That's the value of good spotting range, binoculars, and a little bit of brush. You can do a lot with it. This has been a real hard, grind them out affair. No one is giving away anything. Thomas from Legion has been loitering under that cap circle the entire time. Where Demo is, he gets shots up the center of the map to a degree. If someone comes across that cap circle, he will do very, very well. There's Pixel, is waiting. I wonder if he realizes there's a shot on there from Pingva if he comes around that corner. Happy End is calling for help. Happy End is calling from help. They're going to make a move by the look of it. They're gathering forces right under that cap circle. You can see on the mini-map, they're all starting to gather together. And here comes the snake. It's pushing along underneath. They're going to try and nut. They've realised Thomas from Legion is there. Are they going to try and isolate him? They are. That's exactly what's going... No! got to expose themselves to get down there and either reset or take out the tank that is involved. Let's see what happens. Here is Legion, the double IS-7, the Iron Fist of Stalin. It's going to be interesting to see if they can pull this out. This is big time. Win hard or go home. And they are off. Now, C4 is moving around en masse to the other side of the map. Oh, okay, so this is an absolute turn-up. Wow, they're rolling double IS-7 and they have no care whatsoever for the cap area. They are going to do a traditional public-style match, biff, bash and barge in the actual medium area of the map, the medium flank that so often is used and abused. The STB1 of Ishod is moving up there. Now, he's probably going to proximity spot regardless, but oh, look at this. Right at the top, Thomas is in a fantastic position. He's going to be spotted there for that shot by Ishod, but I'd suggest Ishod is going to take one from the STB1. Thomas should be able to get one into him. Ishod's dropped the adrenaline, so he's coming back over the top. He's keen to get involved. This is just absolutely frontal tank hell. They are all in this one pocket. They've got one guy right at the back, the boys from C4. You can see Happy End there. Everyone's in the pocket from Legion. Thomas is the only one in the spawn area there with a shot, and he is moving up as well. I think they're going to go for a push here, but this is going to be absolutely brutal if they try and take this out frontally. They've got two IS-7s. They could come around that corner, or they could roll over the top, and they could use that massive hit point pull to soak up some damage. And while they're doing that, look at that. Pingver's gone right down low. And then while the Pingver's gone, they're pushed. That's exactly what they're doing. They're rolling the IS-7s right at these boys. Unreal Engine goes, but he's spotted the lot, and as long as they can focus fire, they've got 3 tanks isolated here. Happy End is down. Oh, they've responded really well. Oh, this is brutal. Gangdaff takes out Joski. There is 4. Oh, wow. Demo is down. Shrosky takes him out. Gangdaff down. Ishod down. It's 4 on 3. This has devolved into the most brutal blood sport. 4 tanks on 3 tanks at the bottom. This is to stay alive. Legion need to win this, and they are down a tank. They've got to get the next one, and they don't. Pixel goes. Pingver does him. He's a one-shot. Eddie Bang Bang's down. This is it for Legion. This is the end of the tilt. C4 are going through to the final. It's all happening. Blast 44 fights back. He won't go down easy. He's swinging as he falls. He doesn't have anyone who's an easy shot. This is it. Competition just drives straight out from spawn and across the bridge, and they had 2 IS-7s pumping on their stereo in no uncertain terms. You can see right here that they are pushing down now into that cap circle, which is exactly where we expected them to go. The Terminator, he has been driving the IS-7 all day, and Larcenist, the thief in the night, and here we go, they're doing it again. They are commanding the map through the cap circle. The guys from C4 must have been expecting this, and it's a big surprise that they didn't actually push right to the corner to get shots into the cap. You can see them all there talking. They don't actually use TeamSpeak, which is what they usually use in these situations. They are chatting amongst themselves, which is absolutely fantastic. There we go. They're pushing. They're making a big run around, straight through the bridge, down under the cap. ID are all set up. It looks like the guys from C4 are going to try and reset straight down that alleyway. You can see Larsenus, the thief in the night, he's hanging in there in the cap. The cap's at 41. Once that gets to 100, it's winner, winner, chicken dinner, and they walk away with the chocolate rations. Unfortunately, it's very unlikely that's going to happen. Pingva from C4 is pushing right around the edges. You can see ID is set up for this. This is their game plan on the map, and it's a game plan that's worked to perfection thus far. Look at them waiting. It's like a pack of sharks. As soon as Pingva is in position, I would suggest they are going to drop the hammer and do just as aggressive a move as ID did at the start of that first match. Now look at this. Pingva is trying to move over to there, reset the cap without exposing himself. Fire from the right, and he does it. What a great shot. Reset the cap. Now that's certainly not going to make sure that ID get out of it. They're just going to start doing it all over again. Until they clear a tank out of that cap circle, ID would be mad to give up the advantage. Both sides of the cap now have a blue tank on it, so they should be able to reset this pretty comfortably. The second IS-7, you can see the Terminator there. He's hanging just below the gun line. The Object 140s wouldn't have the depression to get down there and put a shot in. Wait a second. Ishod is moving right down there. He's in the STB-1. It means he's got a good turret. He's got good gun depression. He should be able to leverage that into shots on the Larsenist. If he can just get a bit of HE in there, he'll reset it again and again, and that's it. They're back to 11. They keep resetting this cap, but no one is actually doing a whole lot of damage. It's easy to reset a cap using HE, that's high explosive, but it doesn't particularly do a lot to the tanks. So what we've got at the moment is a bit of a stalemate. The boys from ID are holding and protecting that cap because despite all the attempts, the C4 guys are not able to get them out, and here we go. They are motoring right down the channel. It's like a couple of X-Wings going down towards the Death Star. They are going to try and isolate Larsenist and knock him out, and this has been Larsenist's job all day. Take the heat. RID going to be in a position to put guns on targets. There are 4 tanks on that one IS-7. Look at it. Gun down, gun down. ID have lost a tank, and Larsenist is looking in real trouble. The boys from C4 haven't actually paid much of a penalty to clear them. There's only one low tank in there. The ID guys need to get a gun right, and they do. Happy Ends takes out the Terminator. ID is in massive trouble. They get their Gramixan, the leader of ID, gets another one, and they trade again. It's 3 on 5. ID in a licorice all sorts. Here we go, the STB-1. The cap circles work to treat all day long, right up until the final, which is probably when you want it to work the best. AMX-30B. Oh, Zhosky takes him out. It's 4 on 2. This looks like a fait accompli for the boys from Russia. It is all on for young and old. We've got a 4-tank medium push coming around the edge. Oh, ID Aaron, he's holding up as hard as he can, but he simply doesn't have the hit points. He's not missing, he just doesn't have enough guns. 4 on 1, it is done. Really. But it doesn't look like they're going to do much different here at all. ID are going hard and heavy to the corner, and they're going to get that top area and try and hold the high ground, go hull down and pump these guys as they come up. And here they go. We're going to get a real ding-dong battle on that corner. There are 3 boys from ID there already. There's 2 boys from C4 pushing up, and the guys from ID have got a gun advantage, but they don't exactly have a hell of a lot of gun depression. They've got to fire over the front drive wheel, and you can see that's happening exactly there. This is all on. They've got 5 guns up there. The guys from C4 are pulling back because they quite simply do not want to get isolated against this many guns. And we all know, if we've been watching ID today, they won't hesitate to pump down if they think they can isolate you. Look at this. There's the STB-1. He's pushing around. We now have 5 guns on top of that mountain. The ID guys have 2 guys at the back. Gramixan, sorry, no, I got it backwards. The C4 guys are pushing down. My mistake. Gramixan is the one coming around the back. Aaron is there. There's Sadim. Sad I Am, he's in big trouble. Aaron goes down. Perfect Mind gets him. Can the guys from ID fight back from this? They do. Gramixan takes out Happy End. Look at this, 10 Sad I Am. He gets away from it. Is he going to get around this corner? He's a one-shot. Oh, Pingva blocks him. They were going down to finish off Sad I Am. He gets blocked. Now the ID guys are all around, and they're in the pocket. This is absolutely massive, but Pingva finishes off Larsenist. He's not had a happy end, but there's a lot of one-shots here for C4. Ishod goes down. It's 5 tanks to 4. Oh, this is massive. Oh, the action's all, it's happening aplenty. It's all happening. It's now 4 tanks to 3. Can we bring that one back up on the screen? We've got 3 tanks to 2. Yeah, that's fantastic. And look at this. Gramixon goes down. 3 tanks on 1. C4 doing the business. It was a massive rush. Both sides played aggressively and with passion. And it came down to just the fact that the ID guys were possibly a half a second too late on that flank move. Gramixon pushed up boldly around. Wow, I really thought they were going to do it when further ado, I give you the tilt of ID and C4. Now, a lot of Russian mediums there, absolutely no surprise. AMX30B and the STB1, the Japanese medium, which is an absolutely fantastic machine, rolling out. It's got great gun depression, very solid turret. There he is, the man himself. He's been driving that thing like a demon all day. This is a big change. C4 are taking a leaf out of ID's book, and they are actually pushing up hard down the middle, and they have anticipated ID's double IS-7 push and absolutely wrecked him. I don't know if that's an ammo rack or not, but ID have been caught out well and truly there. Look at this. They've turned around. Ping was taking out the Terminator, so they've knocked out both their heavies right off the bat. That was ID's staple move all day, and the C4 guys have paid attention to it, and they've just mass pushed and isolated 2 of the ID boys right off the bat, and that is a huge blow. It's now 5 tanks on 6. Whatever. Oh no, it's 5 tanks on 5. So they're both nutted each other. Fantastic. This is what happens when you get 2 equally aggressive teams, and they're pushing up. Gramixon now is at the back. He's trying to get across there. They're trying to isolate. Pingver is right at the back as well. He's with Ishod. Ishod, sorry. We don't know what's going on there. At the other end of the field, though, is where there is a second. Oh, no. Ammo rack on Gramixon. That is the first one we've seen all day. That is absolutely brutal. The gods of RNG are dead set against you when that happens in a final. Brutal ammo rack, but if you're driving a Russian tank, it is always a big chance. ID Aaron's doing his level best, but he was left there on his own versus 2 tanks. Sadim takes down Zhosky. They are 3 on 4. That'll be talked about all around the traps, and ammo rack is nothing to scoff at. They are coming down trying to isolate Shirovsky. They've got a good chance at doing it here. If AMX30B can back up and hit that shot, they can go to 3 on 3. What a massive fight back. This is huge, absolutely massive. They've managed to isolate again, and Happy End is there on his own versus 3 tanks. They may take another one out. The other gun for the boys from C4 is down the far end of the field, and ID have gone a tank up. This is absolutely unbelievable. They don't have a whole lot of hit points left, but they've got an extra gun. How they use it is going to be crucial. One of their guys, if you breathed on him, he'd fall over. He's only got 83 hit points left. A strong gust would knock him down. Sadim is in a big... And you know what he's doing? Because he's only got 83 hit points left and he's in ID. He's just going to go. And that's how they roll. They've really put Pingver under pressure there. He's a one-shot for everyone as well. There are an awful lot of very, very sad and hurt tanks on this battlefield. I can't believe that ID are still in this, and in fact are a tank up. This is a massive turnaround. They were down, I mean, that ammo rack on Gramixon was huge, and now they're going to fight back and actually make this a super close game. I love what C4 is doing here. Heading out there into the desert makes it a very tough get. Anyone that's approaching is going to have to expose themselves, and you can see how they're set up there. That's crucial. This is 2 teammates playing together, trying to share the hit point pool as best they can. The biggest hit point pool tank on the map is on C4, and that is a massive thing. It doesn't matter so much about what you're looking at there. If you're a one-shot at 83 hit points, that's all good. But if they can't get to you, if they've got to burn through hit points to get to you, then they're going to be able to actually take advantage of that and put damage in. Now, the guys from ID have been aggressive all day. It is not in their nature to sit back and let things unfold, but they don't have a lot of choice. Everyone here is just on the edge of their seats. You can see the guys that are left in the fight are talking to their teammates. This is just tense. This is where it's all happening. I cannot believe that AMX30B is playing on an iPhone. This is ridiculous. That thing wouldn't fit inside my hands. Here we go. It's happening. The guys from ID, they're all nervous. No one can believe it. It would be a terrible thing to not have a tank in the race here. At least you wouldn't be able to think about it if you were driving one of the vehicles. Oh, they just squeezed one off. Not sure where that was aimed. Just a blind shot. Nothing wrong with taking a chance on that one. The clock's ticking down. ID, C4, both of them, turn by turn, trying to get the advantage. They're absolutely intent. This is nail-biting stuff. I thought when Gramixan's ammo rack did him a bad favour that this was all over. But ID fought back so hard on the far flank. You saw AMX30B actually do a fantastic job of hitting, going behind the building, waiting on a reload from his opponent and coming out and hitting again while on very, very low hit points and taking no damage in return. And it's that move there that probably saved them. We've now got 3 tanks on 2, 3 tanks on 2. Do they hang out? Do they hold? Do they try and pull a draw? Or do they push down and try and take advantage of the extra gun? They have enough hit points there between them to soak up a couple of shots. The average alpha on an STB is 350. The average alpha on one of your Russian mediums is 310. So unless they get an exceptionally high roll, ID7 Bong can take a couple of shots. They have enough hit points between them to get the job done. But to do it, they actually have to be in a position to put shots on. And no one appears to be willing to push the envelope. Hot is holding back. He's leading the charge there. That's exactly what he needs to do. He's got over 1,000 hit points. He knows he's got that in the bag. That's something that can't be changed. ID, if they want to challenge, are going to have to move onwards and upwards. And no one seems keen on moving here at all. No one's ready to take advantage, to take the bull by the horns and actually claim a victory. ID are down 2 tanks to 0. This is our second map on Desert Sands, and it had been very friendly for them up until now. No one's moving. We have a standoff. This is the first time all day that we've had this occur. There's a lot at stake here. Tensions are running exceptionally high. The guys from C4 probably can't believe that this hasn't been decided already. ID have done a great job all day of pressing the point, but they don't have a lot of hit points. 2 of their tanks are very, very low on the hit point scale, and it's just simply a fact of life that if they push up hard and heavy, they may well fall foul. Now, C4 have a good luck to both teams. Let's see how we go. Now, as always, a whole lot of Russian mediums. The C4 guys have been doing this all day, running their mediums in pairs. Double STB, double 62, double 140. The ID boys, they're running their 4 140s, double IS7 and STB1, which is exactly the team de jour for ID. We've been copying it all day long. And here we go again. ID are pushing down the inside. C4 started to move down. They started on the railway tracks, but no dice. ID are taking the move. They're going right down. They are being very aggressive here. I love these guys. They are fearless. This could be the most important game of their life, but they're not going to go through it without asking the question. They won't be doing this one from the back of the bus. They are up front driving the thing. That's how they roll. You've got to love and admire that kind of competitive gaming spirit. Now you can see there on the mini-map, C4 are spreading out across. They are really reacting well. They're flexing back from the ID push. The guys from ID are actually right across the middle of the map, and the guys from C4 are far across the western edge. This is the first time that ID have actually had someone pull right back on them from this position, which is pretty exciting stuff, really. It's a big change. Both these sides have adapted tremendously for the final. They've been watching each other all day. They've basically seen their moves. They've seen their counter moves. They've been in the bag of tricks and the bag of goodies. Now, Gramixan is right there. Look at that 140, looking ferocious, ready for action. Sneaks one off. Oh, look at the push. It's all starting to look a little bit angry. Things are moving. C4 are playing their typical spread out support style of tanking. ID, that's not what they're about. What got them here is a good, solid, aggressive style. They like to try and find a tank and isolate it. What C4 are doing here is they're not giving them a tank to isolate on. They're actually pulling back so that for ID to find someone to double gun is very, very tough, but it looks like they've found someone at the back. They may have to deal with a really tough... These guys, that they've gone up. They've gone up, they've taken the first one, and they're moving forward. They're a tank up. They have to win this. They absolutely have to win this. Look at this, though. Oh, he's low. If we can get back to the full screen, that'd be fantastic. There we go. So we are a tank down each. AMX30B. There's Joski, ID Aaron, and 7bong are pushing down. They're going hard at him. It's 7bong and AMX30B. Here's 64 hit points of desperation. ID go a tank up. They've got to get this going. Terminator's calling for help. The IS-7. Who's the next target? Look at Happy End. He's got 3 tanks in front of him then, but they don't care. They are definitely, desperately trying to turn around. He's got to turn. Terminator is in strife. They have to take out Happy End. Larsenist gets Shavosky. They are up by a tank again. Oh, they go up again. Gramixan goes, but Frogic strikes back. And AMX30B, oh, what an absolute ripper. They did it in the preliminary rounds. They snuck along the edge of the rail line again. We're looking at Happy End, the C4 IS-7 rep, and he is going to be pushing up there. Let's see how these guys distribute the force. Love it. Now, we haven't seen anyone go town in this game yet, and it's a fair indictment too, because the town is not exactly the best place to find lines of fire. Everyone wants to dominate this open ground here, put an STB along the ridge lines, and ID are pushing pretty hard and heavy. They're spotted. They're hoping that they can get across with minimal pain. Can we go back to there we are. The guys from ID, they're pushing up very hard and heavy into the western flank. There we go, we got the sound back. I lost the sound for a bit, thought we wanted to have a restart. C4, they've been super aggressive. Look at Ishod. He's pushed right up. He's in a really crazy position there. I don't know how he's going to get shots in, but the guys from ID have pushed right in that corner. They're looking again. They search out for a weak link. They're looking for a tank to isolate. C4's whole strategy is based around depth and space. ID is the hammer. C4 is just the big, long web trying to absorb the pressure and flex back. And that's exactly what's needed most of the time. But last map, ID managed to find that weak link and isolate and dominate. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. But all they've done so far is get themselves stuck in the corner. And C4 are not giving them a target. Larsenist is pushing up. He has been nothing if not the most determined member of ID all day long. They've used him as a battering ram. Look, you knew it was coming. It had to happen sooner or later. They only know one way to play. It's got tank turrets. They are rolling. They are going to do the business or go home. I love their play style. I salute them for it. Look at the laser beams firing. The heat is hot and heavy. They've found a tank over here. They're going to go for Shirovsky, but he's got plenty of support and he's smart enough to get back around there. Can they finish him off? AMX30B is in. Oh, big fire there, but extinguished by Ishod. Tensadim gets Shirovsky. AMX30B is going down. Gramixan, Nuts, Pingva. It's all happening here. Look at Ishod. He's got about 5 hit points left. Happy End is in a wonderful position. Tensadim gets Fogging. They are up by a number of tanks. Happy End might not be able to get the gun down there. It's going to be a really tight one. Here comes 7bong. They're pushing up. Joski, he's down. Sadim, they're fighting back the boys from the Asia server. Ishod gets 7bong. Look at him, he's got no hit points left. He's got absolutely nothing left in the tank. He's got 6 hit points. He couldn't give any more. Happy Ends gets Gramixan, it's 3-all. This is for all the marbles. This is where the metal meets the road. If the boys from C4 can pull this out, they go onwards and upwards to Twister Cup glory. If ID can nut this last bloke, they can absolutely win this. Ishod's at the back. Tensadim is looking at him. Oh no, the Terminator's down, Perfect Mind's down. This is gonna go down to the wire. They're stuck, they're in a crossfire. Oh, Aaron strikes back, Ishod's down. It's a one-shot, Tensadim. Will he get Perfect Mind? Oh, ram kill. This is absolutely massive. Unbelievable play from both sides. Aaron, wow, what a game. Well done. Hats off for C4. Amazing effort. What scenes. This has been absolutely phenomenal. What a game. It played in a fantastic spirit. Not a backward step was taken by either side. ID were incredible. They nearly had it. They were absolutely nearly had it. It took a ram kill from an IS-7 to clear them. What an... We're going to go down now to the trophy and have a chat to the boys and present. We've got Victor coming along from Wargaming, who's actually going to do that for us. Here we go. Well done, boys. If we could get Victor to step up here and say a few words, that would be fantastic. Here he comes. He's the man from Wargaming. I think we're going to get the guys up here to shake hands. They're pretty happy. That was a tense final. Absolutely fantastic. Really impressive stuff. Great stuff from C4. You can see Victor shaking hands with the guys from ID. They put on a hell of a show. What a final battle. That was probably the best fight of the day. It had swings, roundabouts, and everything in between. We're going to get Victor to say a few words, present the Twister Cup to the winners from C4, the Russian team, before we move onwards and upwards with life. Here you go, Victor.
Well, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Does it work? Well, first of all, I have bad news for my family. I have lost $100 because I was betting for a Korean team. Second of all, I'm really excited at having seen what I have seen here. This is like, I did not know that Blitz can be like this. I know little kids are watching, so I only can say this in Russian. Blitz офигенен, which means Blitz is a really cool game. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's greet the, well, kind of, it's not the official World Cup, but it's an official World Cup. Okay, this is a World Cup, the champions of Blitz. Welcome! Woohoo! Yeah, it's been... Woohoo! Thank you.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks very much for having us. It's been a wonderful day, chock full of action. Congratulations again to C4. Congratulations to Ding. They did very well in the PC version. And wonderful, what an absolutely sterling effort for the boys from ID. Came all the way from Korea and did their level best. We're very happy to have been here today. It's been a wonderful broadcast. And I just want to say thank you very much for everyone for putting up with me all day long. Victor for having me here from Wargaming. And congratulations again for the boys from C4, the Blitz Twister Cup champions for 2016. Hats off to them, and see you soon on the battlefield. We out. Is that it, Rafa?